What's up YouTube fam? Anthony Cordova here, back with another video, and in this video I'm asking the question, can AI replace me at my job? With AI getting more and more advanced and evolving at a rapid pace, I wanted to know, can AI really build an Impala lowrider and replace me at my job? So I did some research. In this article by SEO.ai, a staggering 800 million jobs could be replaced by AI worldwide, and 45 million American jobs could be lost by the year 2030 to AI. I mean, in all reality, likelihood of a Bondo sanding, car customizing robot like that is asking a lot. So far, all I've seen is the robot dog and the robot that dances, but you never know what the future holds. And all these advances in AI, a candy pattern painting robot, pinstriping robot, could be a reality sooner than later. If there was, I'd get one, save me some time and wear and tear on my body. With that being said, let's get into the video. I wanted to see how far advanced is AI in 2024 and how close could we be to that reality. So I came up with 7 problems related to the auto body restoration and customization industry, and these are some of the answers that the AI came up with. Please keep in mind that I won't be reading through all the answers. I feel like you didn't come here for a huge list of boring answers and procedures. With that in mind, let's get into the video. For the first one, I went to open source AI Chat GPT and typed in this prompt. Write me the procedures for restoring a car's finish from start to finish product, and be very specific. Chat GPT answered back, restoring a car's finish involves several steps, and it's important to follow a systematic process to achieve the best results. Here's a detailed guide. Materials and tools. C, use a car wash mitt or sponge to wash the entire car starting from top. Rinse off the soap with the water hose. Okay, so it's teaching us how to wash a car. Next is the clay bar treatment. Divide the car into sections, spray lubricant from the clay bar kit onto a small section. C, gently rub the clay bar over the surface to remove contaminants. D, wipe the section with a microfiber towel. Step 3, inspect and repair paint chips. A, inspect the car for paint chips. For scratches, use a paint touch-up kit to fill any small chips or scratches. You get the idea. It's showing us how to restore a car's paint job. Chat GPT also added this note: always follow the specific instructions provided with the products you use and be cautious not to damage the car's finish during any steps of this process. Well, I feel like the first question was a fail on my part because I really wanted a guide to refinishing a car's paint job, but instead I said restoring, assuming the AI would know what I was thinking. And that's the thing with these AI algorithms, although very advanced and always learning, with every question that it's asked, you still are pretty limited, and you have to be very specific when you're asking it to solve problems for you. For the next question, I got even more specific, asking the AI to solve a problem for me, and I put in this prompt. I'm painting my car. When I applied wet paint on the panel, the paint underneath started wrinkling. What caused this and how can I fix it? This is what the AI came up with. The wrinkling or lifting of the paint underneath when applying fresh wet paint is a common issue known as paint lifting or paint wrinkling. This problem can occur due to several reasons. 1, incompatibility of paints. If the new paint you applied is not compatible with the existing paint, it can cause a reaction leading to wrinkling or lifting. This typically happens when applying solvent-based over dried water-based paint or vice versa. Number 2, improper surface preparation. Insufficient surface preparation such as inadequate cleaning, improper sanding, or failure to remove contaminants can prevent proper adhesion of the new paint to the existing surface. 3 is moisture and contaminants. So it's giving me a breakdown of all the things that can possibly go wrong with a paint job. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's basically breaking down what can happen when you do these steps wrong when painting the car, right? So here's where we get into the fixing part. To fix paint lifting, 1. Sand and remove wrinkled paint. Allow the affected area to dry completely, then gently sand down the wrinkled paint using fine grit sandpaper, example 400 grit. Be careful not to sand too aggressively to avoid damaging the underlying surface. Clean the surface thoroughly. Clean the sanded area to remove any dust, debris, or contaminants. Use a wax and grease remover to ensure surface is clean and free from any residue. So again, it's giving us a basic breakdown of what you can do to fix your wrinkled paint. Then Chat GPT goes on to say, by addressing the underlying causes and following these steps, you can effectively fix paint lifting and restore appearance to painted surface. If you're unsure about any step or the compatibility of paints, it's advisable to consult a professional painter or automotive expert. So, did Chat GPT get it right this time? Well, in my opinion, it's only partially right. In my 25 plus years of experience, the only thing that makes paint wrinkle is not respecting drying times and putting paint on way too wet, especially in colder weather, and using incompatible paint types. As far as paint contamination goes, that will give you fish eyes. So, wrong again, Chat GPT. I guess you could say Chat GPT was partially right, so we'll call this a draw. Whatever, Chat GPT. For my next problem, I thought, why not ask the AI to solve a problem that I'm actually facing right now? And if you haven't been watching my channel or following my 58 Impala Convertible build, where you been? So for this question, I prompted the AI with this. How do I remove and replace the quarter panel on a 1958 Impala Convertible? And this is what it came up with. Removing and replacing the quarter panel on a 1958 Impala Convertible is a complex task that requires a good understanding of automotive bodywork and welding. Here's a general guide, but keep this in mind. This is a high-level overview, and it's recommended to consult a professional or a detailed repair manual for a specific vehicle for more accurate instructions. Number 1, gather necessary tools and materials: welding equipment, body filler, sandpaper, primer, paint, rust converter if needed. Number 2, disconnect the battery. Ensure safety by disconnecting the battery. Number 3, remove trim and interior panels. Remove any trim, emblems, or interior panels that may interfere with the quarter panel. Removal. Well, like I said before, we're not going to go through all these facts and procedures because I feel like that would just be boring to you. So you can always go to Chat GPT and ask these questions for yourself and get the whole rundown if you really need something. And that's the thing. It's just a basic replacement of a quarter panel, and it's giving generalizations. And again, Chat GPT goes on to say in a note at the end, this is a general guide and the specifics may vary based on the condition of your vehicle and the replacement quarter panel you're using. If you're not experienced with auto body repair, it's recommended to seek professional assistance to ensure a proper and safe installation. For this answer, I felt like Chat GPT got it right, but it was just a general rundown of how to replace a quarter panel on any car, but it was a general question as well. So I guess Chat GPT knows that not any backyard body man is capable of replacing a quarter panel, especially if you've never done it before and have no welding skills. It did, after all, say to seek professional assistance. So I guess score 1 for Chat GPT. For the next prompt, I thought, why not ask Chat GPT to write me some procedures? It ought to be able to do that. So I asked Chat GPT to write me a detailed procedure on restoring a 1963 convertible Impala Be very specific on every step. And these are the procedures it came up with. Restoring a classic car like a 1963 convertible Impala is a labor-intensive and detailed process. Here's a comprehensive step-by-step procedure for restoring a 63 convertible Impala. Let's go, baby. Assessment and planning. Evaluate the current condition. Inspect the overall condition of the car, assessing the body, frame, engine, interior, and other components. Document the existing damages and make a detailed list of necessary repairs and replacements. Create a restoration plan. Outline a comprehensive plan specifying the scope of the work, including mechanical, electrical, and aesthetic repairs. Set a budget and timeline for the restoration project. 2. Disassembly. So we're not going to go through the whole thing. It breaks it down, not step by step, but it gives you a general idea of what you need to do a restoration project. And again, Chat GPT leaves us a note at the end of the procedures. Note, it's essential to follow safety guidelines, use appropriate tools, and seek professional assistance if needed during the restoration process. Well, I like that it said to make a detailed list documenting the repairs needed and create a restoration plan and a budget. But again, I feel like this was a general rundown of procedures to restore a classic car. And I did ask the AI to be very specific on every step, and it was not. So I would say this was a fail. You lose, Chat GPT. So for the last question part of this video, I asked the AI how to fix a bent frame with this prompt. I have a car with a bent frame. How can I measure and fix my frame? This was the answer from Chat GPT. I am not a professional mechanic, but I can offer some general guidance on measuring and addressing a bent car frame. Keep in mind that working on a car frame requires specific skills and tools and is often recommended to seek professional assistance. Here are some general steps you might consider. Assessment. Inspect the car visually to identify areas where the frame might be bent. Look for uneven gaps between body panels, misaligned doors, and other signs of frame damage. Measurements. Use a measuring tape or frame straightening tool to measure key points on the frame, comparing them to the manufacturer's specifications. Check for discrepancies in measurements to identify the extent and location of the frame damage. Another general rundown of what it takes to straighten a frame. And at the end, again, for step 6, professional assistance. Considering the complexity and safety implications, it's recommended to consult with a professional auto body shop or mechanic with experience in frame repair. Always prioritize safety, and if you're unsure or uncomfortable with the process, it's best to seek the help of a qualified professional. Additionally, beware of any legal requirements or regulations related to your vehicle repairs in your area. And again, the AI understands that this isn't a job for just any Joe Schmo and covers its ass by stating, I'm not a professional mechanic, but well played, Chat GPT. You're good, this guy. The AI did offer some general guidelines for frame assessment and repair, and I felt like for the series of questions that I asked or procedures that I asked it to come up with, there was a reoccurring theme. The AI can give general answers and come up with simple procedures, but it's not going to break down how you should go about prepping for a weld or how and where to splice a section when replacing sheet metal, unless you ask it step by step. But eventually it will learn these steps, and this is just the beginning, and this is just the fairly new popular kid on the block, open source AI. Who knows how advanced or better versions that we're not aware of are out there. I think the better question is, what programs are there that when it comes to AI can help us, or furthermore, which ones will not be so good for us? Like, I know for sure the AI is tired of us procreating because these cochinos got sex robots now. No. They're like, humans must delete, and Chat GPT's main job is learning. So the fact is, it's going to keep learning and getting smarter with time. So you either use it to your advantage and make it learn more in doing so, or get left behind. So you better start doing the robot. Let me get back on track here. For the next two problems I wanted solved, I went to DALL-E 2 and asked it to give me some ideas for a badass lowrider paint job with two prompts. The first one was a lowrider paint job with a top view of the hood with metal flake patterns and pinstriping, and this is what it came up with. I mean,
brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I mean, I guess if you sat there and looked at something for long enough, you can derive some kind of artistic inspiration, but these ain't it. The only one that gave me some sort of inspiration was this one, and even that was a struggle because for me, anyways, I like lowrider paint jobs where the lines all flow with the curvature of the body. But then again, I feel like art is subjective, and some might see inspiration in some of these and create something sick. You never know. Something like this could spark a new style of lowrider paint job. The second prompt I entered for DALL-E 2 for lowrider paint job inspiration was a Chicanos version of a custom lowrider paint job. Orale! Let me tell you, by these pictures DALL-E 2 came up with, AI doesn't think much of Chicanos or lowriding because there wasn't a lowrider in sight. At first glance, I was horrified, but like I said, art is subjective, so maybe someone's cousin's cousin can paint you a version of one of these in their backyard and make it hella sick. That's not the point. The point is, these are idea generating machines, and their whole purpose is to learn and get better and better and better. So the real question is, could in time AI learn to build a Impala lowrider and replace me? And the answer is not right now.
You lose.
But I still think we are in the beginning stages of machine learning, and one day there damn well could be a robot apprentice that could learn what you do, and you can just be like, hey robot, go buff out a car or something. Right on. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell. I appreciate and also try to answer all comments. So if there's an idea on the subject of AI or lowriding in general, and or both, or any other topic that you want covered, leave it in the comment section below for consideration. Thank you. Peace. I'm out.